Hello guys, it's me DJ Panda here, and sorry about the less active uploading because I have a suckish life. No, I don't. But I don't have anything to record an Xbox screen. If you have any information how I could get something for cheap or at least giveaways would do good. But, you know, to pass up the time because I'm not doing any Minecraft videos, I decided to read a creepypasta. Yes, you heard me, a creepypasta. And oh, I just realized this. Many people think that because I name myself DJ Panda, thinks I'm gonna be like a DJ and make musics. No, that's just a name because I couldn't find any other name to put down for a YouTube name. And plus, it was a cool name because my friend called me it. So don't get all whack over me because I'm not doing any dubstep stuff or nothing and doing all these Minecraft videos. Sure, there's probably millions of people who have weird names out there, and you think that's their hobby. No. Well, let's just get to the chase. I'm reading creepypastas. I might be turning it into a series and see how that goes because life is like a boss like that. But yeah, I'm gonna read you this creepypasta from the haunted gaming section that's called "Scream of the End." It's rated 8.2 out of 10. That seems pretty good. To me, that's like a B. B minus. But let's just cut to the chase and let me read. The usual stories about Minecraft will always go to Herobrine and how he lived in his. He has a lot more than code. But have you ever wondered about Endermen and whether there are any secrets about them? Everyone who has played Minecraft is well familiar with them by now, and while they can be hard to find in the overworld, many has visited their home in the end. Of course, there aren't mods hostile unless you look at them or attack them. For these reasons, for these reasons, quite few people consider them friendly and like them. Personally, I've always found them creepy and killed them whenever I could. They are based off of Slenderman. After all, well, being as strong as they are, regular players know that if you run into one after you spawn, you run for water. For some reason, Notch decided to code them with a fear of water. And however, though, anything bad could happen with water, right? Well, water is the whole reason this mess started. I haven't been I haven't even attempted to start up my game since then. I played on my regular world, a server that my friends and I started. We have plenty of house built, a seemingly unlimited amount of supplies of diamonds and gold, and the Ender Dragon was defeated. There really wasn't much to do in the world anymore, so you had to go get very creative. My friends and I were very creative enough, and we understood the game very well. Aaron was our redstone guy. If you needed anything powered, he found a way to build it and make better things. Any tutorial could even tell you. Myself, I made a majestic, yeah, of a house of the houses, a majority of the houses, and even started working on a city. We had a few guys who would work on supplies, planting and harvesting anything that we needed. Lastly, we had Garim. He did all the magical stuff, potions, enchanting, and he had us build him a mob trap so he could get a outraging amount of experience whenever he wanted to. Of course, we had the randoms who joined, the occasional trolls, and sometimes we would have someone new join our group as a regular. We had all fought the Ender Dragon before. We could do it fairly quick. Aaron, I, and majority of the group would take out the crystals, fight the dragon. Garen however, would stay underground working up potions for the battle and have the rest do delivery. He wasn't too fond of Endermen either. That's why he made us bring water buckets to the end. He stayed in the middle of the water where the Enderman couldn't get him. Then, whenever I got that, that's where I got the whole idea from. One day, when I had nothing else to do, I decided to get on the server. It has been 2 weeks since the Ender Dragon was beaten, and we all haven't really gone to the end since. We had a little trip that would set up with torches and the sand that would send anyone who walked into it into the end. But it was mostly just to make panic. Well, I had the great idea of using the end for a farm to farm ender pearls. I had I was planning on using Gurm's idea with the buckets in order to do editing with the hash fly command. I started. Of course, this was the only time I used such things as I made sure of our whole server was legit. However, I was the only person on, and I figured everyone who had a good laugh out of the fact that I flooded the home of the Enderman. As I started going, a good portion of the flooding island they called home was filled up quickly. You would hear them panic and teleport anywhere they any every, anywhere every time they would get splashed, and the occasional scream when they decided to go swimming for too long. It's amusing how much determination to a sim- live a simple computer AI can give a being. As I rest as the rest of the island started to flood up, they began very crafty on their spawns. Many many were going under the islands on little ledges, but as soon as I saw them, they would be swept away from the water and fell into the void. I kept going until there was a little square in the center and the obsidian platform I spawned in on. They were pushed each other for what little previous space they had left, and one would fall off the platform or into the water every few seconds. I made a few more trips around the island, filling up any spots I missed and finished around any stragglers that I found. A comfy spot to sit in. One had even found a spot buried in the ground in a full tall tunnel until I flooded him out. This all took till about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was happy. I was able to finish by the night's end. After I was sure I was filled every drowned dry spot up, I filled up the squares in the center. Many of the Endermen just swam until they heard the death scream and they fell. While a few of them managed to teleport to the platform, I decided to have a little fun. At first, flooding the edges and watching them push each other into the water and off of the level. This left only four. This just compelled me to get it over the flooding to with flooding the center, which I did, because three of the four to fall off the platform. The one remaining Enderman stayed jumping in the center, and slowly his health was being chipped away. Finally, he fell into the water and screamed, but it wasn't the normal death scream. I grew accustomed during my trip. It was glitching, slowed down, then it wouldn't start over, skip, and drag out even more. Eventually, the rest of the game took suit, and I was unable to move. The sound repeated itself and did his body fall into the floor. This is had until Minecraft has run out of memory. Minecraft then crashed, as did Java. As many people do when something like this happens, I started up both the servers and Minecraft again. I figured it was just a glitch due to the massive amount of water running and the loot that was on the ground from the Enderman dying. I put on my IP address into the multiplayer and click connect. Error, world not found. Shoo, I thought I as I knew that the crash had corrupted the files. Luckily I backed the world up right before we fought the Ender Dragon. I grabbed my internal external copy over the file and loaded it right up. Even though I didn't fix all the that was lost, I figured I'd go back and fight the Ender Dragon again before bed. Thanks to Grum, I had armor and weapons with any enchantments possible, as well as potions that would last me years of battle. I got over to the portal, jumped down the hole, and the end loaded right up. However, something's wrong. As I looked for the Ender Dragon, I see nothing in the air. The crystals on the towers, but no dragon to feed off them. I noticed next that the Endermen are gone as well. I got on the island, walked around a bit, until eventually I'm hit. I looked up and see the crystals chained to what I presumed to be the dragon. He was invisible, so the world didn't just load up properly. I saved, exited both programs, resetted my computer, got right back on. The dragon is there, but the Endermen aren't still uh, absent. Earlier, earlier fight, as I didn't have to worry about looking in the wrong direction. I had to re- wear off a pissed of Enderman. 20 minutes later, I shot the last arrow into the dragon and he floated in the air and the egg dropped into the fountain. I ran over so that I could get out of the end, but another strange occurrence. The end portal that usually filled the fountain is now just the same texture as water. A bucket wouldn't pick it up like normal water though. I just led me to think my jar file was corrupt, and I hopped in. Eventually, it functions just as normal and portal would, except I heard the death scream of the Enderman again. Now, just once, but over and over and over, the portal finally worked, but it isn't what I expected. Black. Then Minecraft has run out of memory and reinstalled all the files, including the world of another time, and the game started up with a hitch. I got back to the portal and hopped in. This time, it's not the end that I waited for me. Instead, it was like an endless room. I can still see, but just a faint glow around me. I walked forward, thinking it could be the end and something like a potion of blindness. It stopped me is stopping me from seeing it. The faint globe of light is all I could see, and the only source of light in the room as well. The platform didn't end in a few blocks, though. The obsidian continued, shattering my hopes of being in the end. The obsidian floor had kept going in all directions, so I followed a straight line. I walked and the sound started. My footsteps first, but the sound of the blocks being placed. As I go forward, faint sound of Endermans began and increased. First, just the normal grunts, then sounds as if they were agitated. The sounds became more and more frequent. It grew louder, as if there is as if a whole horde chasing me, but they refused to catch me. I started to see the purple pixels as they teleported themselves and me. Then it stopped. A few seconds and steps later, one came flying at the screen, and a death scream goes at full volume. This makes me literally jump and let go of the keypad and mouse. Sent. Silence. It didn't start up again until I moved the mouse. One more sound. A light grunt, as if they leading me knowing they are in darkness, just out of my sight. I go forward again, click my mouse, hop to hit anyone who any one of them, or a wall, or something. The pattern started over again. The sounds, the pixels, and the scare. I didn't move though, and neither did they. It continued. It continued. Escape Alt F4. They didn't have many functions. Unplugging the computer is out of the question, and as I refused to risk my equipment, I kept going, hoping it ends. After about 3 minutes of the cycle, it does. I teleported one last time, and I'm able to move. The Enderman on the screen stared straight in my eyes. Water surrounded my character. After 20 seconds, he began to drown. You are dead in the background. The Enderman still looked with his stalked appearance, not even flinching as much of an inch. 5 seconds later, the computer powered down without warning, and I left in the dark. The next day, I sent my friends the file of the world. They played without any flaws, gone to the and even got a few pearls. I refused to. I didn't even have the files on my computer anymore. Did a complete wipeout of the whole drive. Minecraft became more than a game that night. It's a lot more than a simple AI controlling a few entities. Definitely more than a glitch. This game and entities that form our fears. They do that much more. It's a lot more than just some coding. The Endermen, they hold a grudge. They have a fear. Not something to taunt with them. They are aware, and they make you sure you belong, well aware of them and their presence. Credits to the Magic Mer- Maker, or whatever his name is. Yeah, well, that was a pretty long story, but I liked it. I liked it very, very much. The only problem was in it is that it took quite a while to get to the part where things start to catch up. Like things start to, start getting interesting. But to say whether or not, that was pretty cool of a story. I liked it. Well, leave your comments in the comment section if I should continue these videos or if I should just stop right here and try to do something else. And if you have an idea what I could do, um, please put a comment in the description. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment. Bye.